Hey, guess who's back? Your great brother Nubian King. It's been a minute, like 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks. And it's been quite some time up here in the world. Nevertheless, listen, I wanted to come on and just, talk to you because it's a lot has happened since the last time, I've had a chance to come on and chop it up with you. Whew, we've been busy, real busy. Israel has been popping. With all that you know that's going on, all that you've heard, which is true, and all that you probably haven't heard, which some of that is true too. It's been a lot happening. Planet Earth going through quite an ordeal. But nevertheless, we are still here. That's the good thing about it. We're still here. So what I wanted to do today is take time to just talk to you. What are we doing? I'm looking for some information on the screen that we got up. And we're going to be doing it. Okay. What I want to take some time to talk to you about is some of the things that's taking place. I'm looking out here at the blue water. Some of you all know I live right here on the beach, and it's very tranquil, very relaxing, to say the least. But planet Earth, good googly boo, planet Earth. If you have some medicine that is designed to stop a cold, you got a cold or maybe some type of pain, and you take the medicine and it stops the cold, it stops the pain. That's good. But if you're in a situation where you take some medicine and it don't help you, what's the purpose of taking the medicine? It's something really strange with this thing that they got going on here. And if you've been thinking, like they say, put your thinking cap on. If you've been thinking and really looking at it, something's supposed to tell you something going on way out of the norm as to what's been happening in the world, the way things had been developed, put together, and, given to the population to use. It's like what's normal is not normal anymore. What has been lies is now being accepted as truth. And what has been the truth has now become the lie. You're on planet Earth. And I look in the sky today here in Israel, Ashkelon, it's not a cloud in the sky. You can see limitless out there. And you ask yourself, man, what the smoke is going on? Seriously, I like to step back from the picture. That way you can see more. And I like to see a portrait of things that's taking place so that you can see more. You get a better view of what's actually going on. That's what I like to do. And at this point, with so much confusion going on all over the world, we see what took place in Afghanistan, the bad weather, the storm, the flooding in New York, the fires out on the west coast of California. Man, the things that Israel is doing, the things that Africa is going through. And it's like Africa been going through stuff. And it's like planet Earth. It seems like planet Earth is a terrible place for a lot of people. you know. But in reality, it's not, you know. And that's the portion I want to bring out. It's really not that bad like you may think it is, or they're leading you to believe it is. It's really not that bad. When you step back and look at it, there are more places on this planet that are actually at peace and not stressed out. You even have people that don't listen to the news. They're even at peace. They're not stressed out because they say the news stresses them out. So to keep from getting stressed out, they don't watch the news. It's like the other day I called a friend of mine and asked, what do you think about all that flooding in New York? And what flooding? What? Keep up with all that drama. And that's true, you know, because all they got to say, all they got to talk about is terrible stuff. You know, is it a such news channel as a GNN, Good News Network, where you go on and you hear good stories and all positive things that people are doing? Is it that type of network? Is anything like that in existence where you turn the channel on and there's always something happy? You know, somebody saying something good, talking about a party, some food, a wedding, some love affair, or some new, you know, something besides drama. I'm gonna get you. That seems like that's all it is. But in reality, we really know it's not. You know, there are places like the Caribbean, there are certain countries that are at peace. You know, they're not sweating over this, that, and other thing and all this drama they talking about around here. You know, they really at peace. And I know those places exist. And you should know you should know they exist also, because of the fact that the things that they're showing on the major news network, it's always concerning the same place, you know, the same country, the same city. You hear that type of things, those type of things that's taking place in all those different cities, but it's always the same place. So what you have to do, you have to broaden your vision in your mind to seek to know about things that you know, they don't always feed you. See, they feed you that. They're doing that. They have those networks that they put on what they want you to see. And if you continue to watch it, they'll shape your thinking into thinking that this entire world is going mad. Like right here in Israel, for instance, there's a city, you know, well, a lot of them actually, but up in Tel Aviv, I went to do a little business up there with some Germans that was in the country. And we was doing some business, and they was preparing to go back to Germany because their portion was finished. So I came in to do what I needed to do. And while I was there, they explained that they was, you know, they was here doing the uprising, the bombing and all of that taking place. And they actually experienced the fighting that was going on in the street. Okay, now let me just unpack that for you. The fighting that was going on in the street, you have to understand that it was neighbor against neighbor. These were not strangers. These were not people that came into the neighborhood and started fighting with the people in the neighborhood. These were people that lived in the neighborhood and had been living in the neighborhood for years, going to the stores, the school, and different things together in the neighborhood. And they just poof came out. And I'm really like, you know, you the poof out of nowhere. I can really say that because it was poof. These people have been living together for years. And they just came out and started fighting each other. I mean, battling in the street. And the girl told me she was glad to have witnessed that. Okay, she was there, like they was 3 years before this jumped off. So they had met some of them neighbors. Real cool out people, you know, they know, whatever. Matter of fact, one of the famous restaurants in Israel is just in the same neighborhood. So everybody was there. And these people came out and lit each other up. Neighbors. Yossi, David, Menachem, Mustafa, Muhammad, Ahmed, They all know each other. But how is it that they're fighting way over there? You know what I'm saying? But in this neighborhood, the people just run out in the street and kaboom, get to smashing on each other, throwing them fists. They've been up there watching that doggone stupid box, the thing they call the TV. And it's done programmed them. It's amazing. You see, I wanted to speak to you today about getting control of your own thoughts in your brain. Don't go to bed on drama. Like, you know, when you're watching the news and, you know, it's always talking about something bad because, you know, they do that deliberately because they want viewership. They want to be able to show the advertiser that between 6 and 9, they got 20 million people eyeballing their station. And so in that, they can sell the advertisers airtime so that they can advertise their product. And so that's money, not just money, big money. And so if they could find content to keep you interested in watching CNN, then CNN could sell high dollar seconds for a commercial. It's not about, you know, getting you the truth, the right information. It's about propaganda and saying whatever they need to say to get you to pay attention to them just for a period of time, because they can do the analytics and tell the advertisers between 6 and 9, we got 20 million people paying attention to this screen. Give us $200,000, 30-second commercial. And they just run them. You know, when you're watching CNN, if you're looking for something, they give you a little bit of news and a whole lot of commercials. One day I sat down and I counted. I said, watch this. I counted 10 commercials back to back on CNN. Supposed to be news. But those are sponsors. Those are advertisers. That's money. Ad dollars. And so how do they do it? By feeding you drama. Woo! Yeah, woo! Don't go to bed on that. You know, when I rest, I go to sleep on different meditative sounds. You know, the Tibetan bowls, some nights I'm feeling that. The airplane engine, like when you're inside the airplane, the cabin noise when you're inside the airplane. Birds chirping, you know, sounds of the forest. And, you know, you have these channels on YouTube, 10 hours, 3 hours, or you can just go in there and put it loop and just listen to that. As you sleep, you know, the 435 and 528 different frequencies that help realign your chakras and put you in a better spirit. So when you wake up, you're like renewed, you know, you're a refreshed person. Or if before I go to sleep or after watching some news, I'll, you know, watch some comedy or something light, you know, to take you to sleep on a good note instead of going to bed watching Bang Bang Shoot 'em Up and all the lies and the drama that the world leadership is, you know, putting on the people. So you don't want to go to sleep like that. You know, I got this beautiful water out here that I see every day. All my patio area, you can see the water. You can see the water from all my bedrooms. The kitchen is over there, but you can turn around and look across the living room and see the water. And so that's helpful a lot. I've read studies that said that people that live around large bodies of water like that, see that blue, are more mentally stable and mentally healthy. You know, it is very tranquil, you know, in the midst of all of this drama that's going on. And it's crazy. You know, how they going to say if you take this, you still can catch it? Okay, so you got the flu. All right. So they give you something for the flu, but they never tell you still can catch the flu. You understand? You see, it's sad that you have people that really believe they have the best interest, your best interest at hand. You got people that believe that. They do not believe that they will sit up and do evil things to you. But look how much controversy is centered around this thing today. Yes, no, maybe it will, it won't. I think, do it, take it, don't take it. This is what's happening. That ain't what happened. All of that drama is supposed to tell you, whoa, 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 slow down. Hold up. What the hell is happening here? You know, it's never been that type of drama when it comes to these items ever. You know, if they tell you to take this for the runny nose, they never tell you, okay, after you take it, you know, you still have a runny nose. Because you would say, why take it? But do you know you have people now that you can tell them, don't go that way. It is a hole up there. Don't drive, stop. You're going to fall in the hole. Oh, man, you don't know what you're talking about. Bam, and they're in the hole. Then they're hollering for help from you. And you the one that was telling them, don't go there, man. It's a hole. No, they didn't believe you. Old folks would say, yeah, fat, yeah, food don't bleed, fat meat greasy. Man, you know, when things are highly complicated, and it's a lot of balagan concerning it. Balagan is Hebrew, is like confusion, complications, just a mess. Balagan, just balagan. And concerning this subject is just so much balagan, man. Some people say it's good. Some people say it's not. Some people say take it. Some people say don't take it. Some people had bad results. Some people died. Some people had good results, no result. You know, it's like I was talking to a fellow the other day here, older guy. And, you know, this guy said, well, you know, if 45,000 people die out of 4 million, that's not bad. Wow. Out of 4 million, 45,000 dead. And he said, that's not bad. You know what I told him? I said, but what if 100 million took it and one person died that was in your family? Would that be better? Just one person out of 100 million. You saying out of 4 million, 45,000 is okay. But if I say out of 100 million and only one person died, but happened to be in your family, is that you okay? You good with that? He said, no. Then what about them other 45,000 families that was affected? To you, it's no big deal as long as it's not you. You see how wicked that is? You see how self-centered and evil and selfish and demonic that is? You ain't worried about nobody else. It is no problem if it's somebody else. But when it's you, it's a big deal. I said 100 million people and only one died, and that one person in your family. Now it's a problem. You'll see the type rationale that's going on, the type thinking that's going on today. This is why we behind this 8 ball like this on planet Earth, man. All this old crazy shit taking place by maniacs. You know, another thought. I'm looking out here at this world and all this stuff that's taking place. I don't believe that it's just human, you know, like it's just straight up humans doing it. I don't believe that. You know what I believe? And I know you may think, dude, done went off the rail here. I think that this planet has been inhabited by another intellect much greater than humans. And they're at a point now where they want to push the humans aside and take it all for themselves. I'm not going to call them what they normally call them, because if I say that one word, then you're going to be thinking of some big eyes and you know, some weird stuff that, remember, they showed you, just like I was telling you earlier, they put out the propaganda based upon what they want you to think, how they want you to perceive it. You know what I'm saying? And that way they control your mind. If I say that one word, then you're going to snap to, you know, you're going to see it in your mind based upon the movies that they done showed you what they're supposed to look like. I'm not saying that. The way I'm saying it is a vernacular that you don't hear them use. And that is another intellect is here that does not have the best interest of the human population at hand. And that's how a lot of this technology has appeared on the planet. Because some people say that these folks come out of the rock piles of Europe, barbarian, troglodyte, Visigoth. You know what I'm saying? The kind of dude that used to be portrayed as taking the club and bopping the woman over the head and dragging her out and making her pregnant. Cave dwellers, that's what they say, okay? So now you mean to tell me cave dwellers that's going to come up and now they done went from bopping the women over the head with a bat, a club or whatnot, dragging them out, taking them pregnant, to not understanding fire. And now you mean to tell me they don't transition to the GPS satellite network, supercomputers? No, man, no. You remember one day we was talking on the phone way back then. You know, it had a rotary dial. You put your finger in the hole, you dial the numbers. The numbers from 1 to 0. Then we went from that to the push button. You know, that wasn't a big technological leap because the same analog system, wires and cables and switchers was still working. It's just the end where the telephone was at, they changed it from the rotary dial to push button. Boop, 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 like that. I used to remember people's phone number by the pattern. Each person's phone number was a distinct pattern. And that's how I remember your number. I didn't remember the numbers. I remember your pattern. That was the push button phone, right? And the rotary dial and the digital push button was still using the same physical circuit, the cables, the wires, you know, the switchers, the networks, and those type things. And then one day we going on, you know, about our business, whatever, boogity, doing whatever, working however we live in our lives. And one day we look up some cat on the stage somewhere, and he holds a little bitty device, and he calls it the iPhone. And then he shows us that there's no rotary dial, there are no push button. It's a real thin device, and it's real pretty. Oh, it's real pretty. And it's got glass, real smooth, and you just touch it. Doop, doop, doop. Everything happened. It's not connected to the cables anymore. It's no people anywhere plugging stuff. None of that kind of stuff. It's just this. And with this, you can talk to anybody on planet Earth that has another one out there. Oh, that's a reflection of the water. Look at that. That's pretty sharp. You see that? So if you got one of these, see, no wires, no cables, just this. And if you got one of these, you can talk to other people that have one anywhere on Earth that get a signal. Now they're fixing it so you can get a signal in between two deep mountains in Afghanistan in the valley. I say this was one of the major introduction of technology far beyond human capabilities. This right here. This was such a massive technological leap from the cables, the push button, to in the air now. Big leap, big leap, big leap. This came on, but nobody really thought, damn, how did they think of this? You understand? It's a lot going on in here. This is not just a phone. This thing is a computer. Listen, for you all that don't know, I studied at DeVry Institute of Technology in Atlanta, Georgia, communication specialist, electronic technologist. I know about these things, you know. Worked in corporate world, corporate America, corporate, you know, major technological firms. I know about this stuff. This right here, if you would use the old components back in the day, you would need the size, the space almost of Texas, the state of Texas, to make one of these things out of that stuff. That's the power, the computing capabilities of this. Then don't talk about the memory, how much information you can store in there. So this is a mind-boggling creation here. And based upon the terrible thing that this man has done on this planet, you think I can give him a credit of coming up with something like this? And then behind this brought to the world touchscreen. And a man, a woman, an individual with enough intelligence to put out something this great with this kind of operating capability, he can't figure out how to bring about world peace. See, y'all, that slipped by y'all. Let me say this again. You mean to tell me that an individual that could think of a phone that can do all the things this phone can do, with that level of intelligence, that individual, that same individual or in group of individual can't create world peace like they create this incredible tool? They don't want world peace because, like the guy was saying, it's big money in war. Who the hell want peace when you can profit off war? There you go. The folks that dying. You see, I always say old men start wars, young men fight them and die. So they don't have no problem with it. You got to keep your mind thinking, people. One thing that I want you to stop doing, I want you to stop using fluoride. Fluoride products, fluoride, whatever they have fluoride in it. Start with that. Why? Because fluoride, believe it or not, and I know some of these things I be saying, you probably figure, man, oh, bro, it's off his rocker. But some of these things, look, fluoride, number one, effect on the body, one of the most negative effects is it slows your brain function down. You know, like your brain's supposed to be firing on all cylinders. Well, when you ingest fluoride, when you be taking fluoride, it causes your brain to slow down, and you can't think, process information that fast. And so, you know, when the world be going 100 miles an hour, you just, you know, you don't get a lot. You miss quite a bit. And then human nature kicks in. And what happened when you miss, and you know you're missing it, and it's going so fast, you get frustrated. Now they done crack through you. You get frustrated, and you get to where you don't want to be bothered with it. It becomes too much. It becomes overwhelming. Yep. Fluoride help does that. Where it's something, you know, it's like, I do it again. Fluoride is like, man, by the time you look around, it's gone. When you ain't taking fluoride, you see the difference? Be sharp. So that's how you're able to sit up and think of all this stuff these bandits doing. And you can figure something out. Because if we say, take it, but you still can get it, you're supposed to say, why the hell am I supposed to take it? Oops. Did I just say that? If you thinking, you are supposed to be able to say to yourself or even him, if I take this, what's the benefit of taking it when I can still get the problem? The reason why you take Vicks NyQuil cold medicine is so you get rid of the cold. That's why you take Vicks NyQuil, to help you with your cold. But if you take Vicks NyQuil and it don't help you with your cold, then the question becomes, why would you take Vicks NyQuil? But when you got so much fluoride in your brain, you taking Vicks NyQuil and it ain't even helping you. And they telling you, oh, well, you take that, but you still catch a cold. You see that? See how easy I made it for you to understand it? I don't even have to say it, but you understand what I'm talking about. Why go through all of that they say you need to go through? Your teacher telling you need to go through this, but you ain't getting the right answers. Your teacher's giving you the formula, but you come up with the wrong answer. So what's happening here? The teacher's giving you the wrong damn formula. That's why you can't get no good answer. Shit, this ain't difficult, man. You just got to stop eating all that stuff that's caused you to not to be able to think straight. Yeah, this ain't hard. See, the thing that you got to have in this world with all this bullshit going on, you got to be able to think. Like you just can't run out the door and start going to the supermarket and grabbing stuff off the shelf. Because some of that stuff is bad for you. Get you diabetes, high blood pressure, heart problem, prostate cancer, colon cancer, make your eyes go bad, make you lose your hair, all your hair turn gray and fall out, make your teeth rot and fall out. You know what I'm saying? Get your heart problem, stroke. And, you know, you just go out there and start grabbing stuff, you're going to get sick. Why? Because people are invested in sickness. Drugs, medicine, all them type things, healthcare products. It gets deep. Healthcare products, hospital. Hospitals is a incredible multi-billion-dollar industry. And they need sick people to roll up in there. They sell the hospital equipment. They sell the hospital supplies. They sell all the medicine. You understand? So you can't be healthy. What the hell you running around talking about you healthy? You crazy? What healthy? No, we ain't having that. You got to be sick. Did I tell you that time where I had my blood checked when I was in Florida and the guy that checked the blood called me? Did I tell you that? Want to hear it? Okay. Listen, I was in Florida. At the time I was 50. No, I was 45. Or was I 55? Damn, how old am I now? I look so good. No, really. I was 45, but I was 300 pounds. I was working out every day. And that was a long time that I was in Florida. I worked out twice a day. I go in the morning at 5 and hit a good workout, 6:30, get to work at 7. I work right down the street up there in, West Palm Beach. And I went to the LA Fitness right there, Okeechobee, across the street from the vitamin shop. All that's right there on the corner. The vitamin shop, LA Fitness, did my job. Was just down the street on the beach. I was operating the big tower crane for the Union, 4887B, Miami. And I was 300 on the nose. And, you know, I hadn't had a checkup in so long. I hadn't been sick in forever. To this day, I cannot remember being sick, you know, like, oh, you mucked up, boy, you in trouble. Like, my sick is like, when I say sick, that means hospitalized. you have a little something where you may be down a day or two. All you need is a good colonic, Kalima, colon cleanser, and drink a lot of water and fruit for 3 days. Boom, you over with. Just needed to clean it out. That ain't sick. I've experienced that. But to be sick, well, you need doctor and you need drugs and you need hospital, and you need nurses to come wipe your butt. That's sick. Ain't no. Matter of fact, I've never been through that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think, But anyway, I had my blood checked, and the analyst that checked the blood, he called me. Mr. Crowder? Yes. Who am I speaking with? He told me his name. I don't remember, just so many years ago, 45. And he said, my name is thus, or whatever. And I'm a blood, the guy that checked the blood. Not a phlebotomist. Phlebotomist is the one that draw the blood. A hormone specialist. That's who he was, hormones, all kind of stuff he'd be checking. So anyway, he said, listen, I just finished analyzing your blood, and I don't have to call anyone. I give my reports back to the hospital, doctor, whoever asked me to do the analysis. And sometimes they have specific things they're looking for in a patient, but I was told to do a general, analysis, blood workup, and on your blood. He said, I don't have to call people because I just give my report back to those. But very rarely do I call a person. And the only reason why I would call someone, Mr. Crowder, is when I have a problem with their blood. Whoa. But he dropped that on me. My heart went, I'm like, whoa, he got a problem. And, I'm thinking now, who's this explaining that to me? Because I understand what he's saying. If he the cat that's doing the analysis of the blood, he right. He don't have to call nobody. But when he said, I only call people when I have a problem, and I just finished analyzing your blood, damn right, I'm going to get a little sweaty on the call. Like, what is the problem? And so he going on talking like, dude, let me ask you something. What's the problem? He said, well, Mr. Crowder, here's the problem. And I mean, I'm so nervous now. I'm thinking this guy about to tell me, man, in 2 minutes, I'm going to start growing my horns or something. And so he said, the problem, Mr. Crowder, is that I'm holding a vial of blood that is the signature of an 18-year-old healthy African-American male. Okay. But the paperwork is a 300-pound, 45-year-old African-American male. I said, okay. What's the problem? He said, the problem, Mr. Crowder, is that a 45-year-old, now listen to this. I want you to pay attention to how he says this, because I've been vegan now for 40 years, okay? And I was strict vegan when he called, still is. And, I'm the kind of health nut to be looking for the exotic, nutriments like the maca powder, the spirulina, the matcha, and then this stuff I get out of South Africa that's indigenous to South Africa is called Hodia. Dr. Sabi told me about that. So anyway, I'm like, what? He said the problem is that the paperwork is that of a 45-year-old African-American male. Now with the blood is like the fingerprint. It tells you every single detail about the body. What was, what is, what the potential of what will be. The blood is bad. It goes, that's where your DNA is at, So with your blood, you can find everything you need to know about the body. The hair is the same way. I went to another person that takes some of your hair, and they got some kind of method of telling you what's good and what's bad. So he said, but the 45-year-old African-American male paperwork says that this gentleman is 300 pounds. Okay. He said, African-American, 300 pounds, he said, you're supposed to have high blood pressure. You're supposed to have diabetes or either pre-diabetes or diabetes. You're supposed to have some type of heart issue, heart problem. You're supposed to have maybe prostate cancer or swollen prostate. And he said certain issues and, maybe onset of arthritis or bursitis. I mean, he ran down a list of all of these degenerative diseases for this 45-year-old African-American male that was 300 pounds. Okay. So when he runs down this list, I'm listening and he's saying it like you are supposed to have this. Like it's something wrong with me not having it. I'm listening to this guy. Like this gold ring, it ain't supposed to be gold. It's supposed to be platinum. But this is a gold ring. Okay. So you should hit his psyche on this guy. I'm like, damn, he's saying this like it's a problem that I don't have it. Yes, that's what he was saying. He was saying it like it was a problem because I didn't have those issues in the blood. But the problem he had is that the blood was that of a 18-year-old African-American male, healthy, perfect health. But a 45-year-old, no, he said the paperwork and the blood don't match. The reason why I call you, Mr. Crowder, is to see if possibly it's something that you could say to me to help me to figure out what is going on. Because, they have a barcode system. And the way they have it is like, okay, see this paper? They have like the barcode printed on a piece of paper, right? That they stick on the paper. They stick on the paper here. It's a big sheet with all the information on, and they stick the barcode on right here. Okay? And then they print the barcode across both of it. And so the same barcode that's on this paper, what you fill out all your information, is the exact same barcode on a little stick on, and they peel this off and put it on the vial right in front of you, and you sign it. Because those barcodes are absolutely unique, each one of them unique. And so they print them and then you peel this off, put it on the vial, and that way you can't make a mistake. And then you have to sign the bottom of the vial and you sign the paper with your signature. So that's the way they can track and make sure that the blood matched this paper. So all that was intact. But his issue was me being 300 pounds and no health problem. And he said, I'd call to find out, Mr. Crowder, just if it's something you could say to me to help me to understand whether or not we have a real problem here. I said, first of all, whoa, don't scare me like that again. Oh, boy, he said, wow, don't do that again. I said, you need to lead off by saying ain't nothing wrong with it. This is it. Boy, I said, you scared the poop out of me, man. But anyway, yeah, I could say something to that. Here's the deal. I am strict vegan. I work out 4 or 5 days a week. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I'm not a drinker of alcohol like that. I don't deal with crazy people. I don't have drama, don't have a criminal record. I work every day, have a good time, live life, and enjoy my life. And I've been at that, at the time, it was like 25 years of being a vegan, And so I told him, those things that you see in the blood, they're absolutely true. They have to be true. That's my blood. And so, this guy, we talked for well over an hour and a half, that I can remember, He had question after question after question, and I had answer after answer after answer. And we laughed and we talked and we joked, and he asked questions, I answered them. And he was like a little kid, with a gazillion questions. And I answered them. I was sitting up in the crane with the Bluetooth in my ear, and he was at his lab or wherever. So we both had time to really, talk. And boy, did he have questions. And boy, did I have answers. because it's something I'm real passionate about, health, feeling good. It's a right there's a old folks home. They all over there on crutches and wheelchairs and wobbling around and sliding and shit. I see I am not going like that, If all I have to do is go in this kitchen and whoop up me some steamed vegetable or salad and eat some fruit and drink some juice, and there's a whole bunch of stuff I can eat over there to keep from looking like them. That's what I'm gonna do. So anyway, we talked, and this is the final statement that he told me. He asked a lot of questions. He said, Mr. Crowder, I haven't been all the way forward with you in this conversation. I said, what do you mean? He said, I've been asking a lot of questions. I really appreciate you giving me all these incredible answers. He said, I know you are absolutely telling me the truth. He said, I can tell from your disposition that you know what you're talking about, and you're telling me nothing but the honest truth. He said, so with that being said, Mr. Crowder, I'm going to have to admit to you that my wife, who is a vegetarian, has been begging me for years to improve my diet. She's healthy. I've had some small issues that, turned out to be, I got past them. But Mr. Crowd, I want you to know that after speaking with you, this one conversation, hour and a half, we've been on 2 hours. He said, in 1 hour, Mr. Crowder, you convinced me to become vegan. He said, at this point, I cannot wait to get home to tell my wife I am vegan. Mr. Crowder, if you've done nothing else for me, you have proven me that it works, because I'm holding your blood, and your blood is that of an 18-year-old healthy African-American male. Yes, sir, Bob. That tells me, Mr. Crowder, that what you're doing, it works, and you literally have found the fountain of youth. He said, I want to thank you. That's one for the books. It is. And because I have concentrated on taking care of myself, skin, hair, eye, those type things have kept me to that level of being conscious enough to understand what they're doing. Because you can't tell me to take, Vicks NyQuil, but I'm still going to catch the cold. You understand what I'm saying? And so if somebody playing them kind of games, you're supposed to say, wait a minute, hold it. If it's that much controversy and these many problems and these people it's something else going on. Now I step back, like I told you, step back a little bit, stop looking at a little picture and look at a portrait. You'll get to see more. You got people battling each other for something simple as a little bitty piece of paper to go over your face. And these people are fighting each other. But you have to ask yourself, what the hell is going on? Seriously. You got to stop and think it's something else at play. Because when you're talking about them, you're supposed to know who they are. You're supposed to know how they think. You're supposed to be able to predict. Look, we've been with these people so long that we at this point should be able to predict what they're thinking and what they're going to do. And you know damn well there's something else behind it than what you're seeing. They ain't never telling you the truth. You're supposed to know that by now. I ain't supposed to have to come here and tell you and remind you, stop and think. Look at all these people up here raising hell with each other. They've been knowing each other for years. They're in the street fighting each other, battling shit out of each other. It's something else at play. You know those people that lost the job because of that? They was going to lose the job anyway. Why? Because the fiat currency system, it came to an end when the Bitcoin came online, when BRICS, Britain, India, Russia, China, and South Africa. I don't know if it's China. Was it China? It was BRICS, Britain, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. That's where it was. But anyway, they formed themselves an alliance to deal with each other financially because of the fact that they didn't like the way the IMF dealt with them being controlled by America. Okay. So all of that money with them 5 major nations came away from America. Then Russia and China joined together, and they finally got a gas deal that they had been trying to get together for 20 years. So those major things put a major blow on the dollar. Then the next big thing, cryptocurrency. Even though a lot of people still to this day don't really understand cryptocurrency, it's enough people dealing with cryptocurrency where they don't stop using the dollar. And I told y'all in the beginning, them damn bandits were going to try to do something to control the cryptocurrency. And what did they just announce today? That these heathen want over here in Israel, they want to tax the people that's using cryptocurrency. Even check this out, even if you, the person that owns the cryptocurrency, can't even get to it. If you do not do anything with your crypto but put it in your wallet and keep it there and it increases in value, they want you to pay them taxes. I'll be damned. See, this is why you have got to clean your head up. You've got to stop taking those products with that fluoride in it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, whoosh. What was that? That's gone. You thinking too slow. They getting overlooked. Those people is going to lose those jobs anywhere because of the fact that their wickedness, their corruption, their evil, they lies, cheating, stealing, and all the hell that they've been doing, they was going to lose them job anyway. But what they got now, that business is a major cover up. They blaming it on it. They blaming everything on it. That ain't even an issue. That's not even an issue. You got so many professionals talking about that stuff is just like a cold, man. You know, just like a flu. Well, you know, I mean, you can get back off that. You can get past that. I had a lot of my friends come down with it. They back up running, doing their thing, you know. So in order to navigate this world with all this corruption on it now, you got to have a brain. Again, I'm going to say this again, and I know there are going to be many people that's going to say, man, this brother, he off the rail. I believe that there's another intellect on this planet that don't have the best interests of humans on their hand, because you cannot convince me that this base-minded, barbaric heathen jumped up out of the rock piles of Europe and did all this on his own. Do you know right now in the sky they got thousands of satellites that Russia, China, America, Japan, India, all of those nations that's dealing with anything in space, they keep track of every single piece of hardware in space. And some of it has bumped into each other and broken into pieces. And so this is like thousands of pieces all around the planet, you know, around the equator, because the human population on this planet is mostly around the equator. So many thousand miles north of the equator and so many thousand miles south, always. That's where the majority of the humans are populated at, in the warmer climates, okay? And climates, in the warmer climates. And that's where they got most of those satellites. And so they had one satellite up there. Watch this. They called it the constellation, but it's the GPS network. It's 24 satellites on 12 flight patterns, 12 paths around, you know, around the earth, 12 different patterns. Each pattern has 2 satellites, because one satellite is on, they always keep them, you see that? They're always opposite, but they got 12 different sections that they keep these satellites on, and it's 2. So it's always circling. So that's the way they keep, that's the GPS network. Those satellites constitute the GPS network, and they call them the GPS constellation, like stars, because they want to be gods. They claim themselves to be gods, you know? And so that's why we individuals on this planet, we got to be working with everything we got now to figure out this, to come from around all this, to deal with this. You know, like I said, you can't just run out the door and grab you something to eat. Because if you just run out the door and grab you something to eat, that's going to eat you up too. You're going to have those problems. And so this is a thinking man game now. Your religion ain't worked. Let me tell you, them prayers, they ain't work for you. Why? Because those people that you know that's dead, they believe too. My mother died at 89 waiting on him to come back. My grandmother died older than that, and he didn't show up. I'm 60, and I ain't going to spend not another moment waiting on somebody to show up in the sky. I'm down here with this. I don't expect nobody else to come and do nothing for me. From what I've seen living on this planet, boo-boo, we on our own. We, those that think alike, we're on our own. So we got to figure this shit out. Seriously. You can pray your lips off. We done did that. We done prayed till we prayed our lips off. We done sang and screamed and hollered to where we get hoarse. We done marched till we marched to the end of the road. Ain't nowhere else to march. We done voted till they had a black president in the United States of America for not 4 years, 8 years. How did that work out for you? You see what I'm saying? We keep running around chasing our tails and ending up with nothing but the same bullshit. When you gonna wake up and say, damn, we gotta do something different? That's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm trying to say. You know, give you some food for thought, like get you to think. Like I'm just trying to get you to think. Step back and look at this shit. And if he tell you to take this, but you still can catch it, what the hell you gonna take it for? They're not saying that. And if one whole country, Japan, have banned the use of this substance, why the hell are they still telling you it's good? You see this? When in the past, it ain't been that much controversy. It ain't been that much controversy. You know, they go figure out, you know, start with some animals, kill them, then they change it. Try some more, they don't die, but they get messed up, you know, like all kind of stuff happened to them. And then they tweak it some more. Now all kind of stuff don't happen to them no more. Seem like ain't nothing going on. So they try a little bit more, try some more animals, and then they went through the whole list of animals that they usually go through. They ain't dying, ain't no bad stuff happened to them. They're looking okay. Now they come to the human. And then they got another whole list that they go through for humans. But the thing that they do, they sit down and talk to you. And they get volunteers to come and say, listen, you know, this is where we at. Okay, here's all the results. Ain't none of the animals dying. Ain't none of them coming up with no bad side effects and dealing with this stuff. But we got to get some humans now. Okay, if you want to volunteer, we'll give you $100,000 to be a volunteer. Okay, and so once they do that, then they trying on you. But you signed the paper that said if you croak, the money go to whoever you say is supposed to get it. You see what I'm saying? It's a process. But now we got so much controversy. With all of this going on, it's just controversy. Somebody got to stop and say, whoa, what the smoke is going on? And that's why I'm here, just to put some thoughts on your mind, to make you stop and look at what is going on. Those people are going to lose their job anyway, because the fiat currency system is finished. That don't even work no more. When Nixon in 71 took them off the gold standard, that began the imminent destruction of the dollar. Now we're living in the days where it's actually ain't worth nothing. The only reason why it's still going now is because of a system of technology that actually is running on automatic, because it ain't nothing but numbers now. You know, that's all it is. When you work, they don't give you cash, they give you a number in the bank that says you got that much money in the bank. And then you go to the bank and then you get some cash. But, you know, if you don't have to deal with cash. You can use a little debit card, your bank card. You can shop online. You can shop at the store. You can buy gas, buy clothes. You never really have to use money. This little plastic card allows those people that you need to get some money to debit your account and slide the numbers, decrease the numbers on your account and increase the number on their account. And we all good. You see what I'm saying? So they really gotten to a point where physical paper money is not that really necessary now. If you've done something to get the numbers over in your account, you know what I'm saying? The numbers where you can control the numbers, 6 figures, 10 figure, whatever, then that's the numbers you got to work with. Then you pop your card out and you can go everywhere in the world with that card. People buying houses and everything with them cards, you know? So, and then here come cryptocurrency. They out. Crypto is taking over blazing. So the fiat currency that's not backed by anything to give it any value is not even relevant anymore. And so the people that was lost those jobs was based on those those fiat currency and that old financial system. They was going to lose their job anyway. But what they did was created this facade, this scapegoat. And now telling people because, you couldn't go out to work because we was trying to deal with it, then you lost your job. But that's not the truth. You lost that job because of what they did. And then they tell you it ain't never coming back. Well, they know it ain't never coming back. Because through their evil, corruption, demonic practices, and their inability to see and really, it's like their inability to be humble enough to realize that what they're doing is wrong. See, they don't care. And the they I'm talking about is the powers that be. Those that people that sit at the position of authority and rulership that actually run this world, they don't care. They don't give a damn. Only thing they want to do is keep it going long enough that they can die. And so they die at the top and go on out. But they ain't trying to do nothing, seriously like that. They not trying to, do nothing positive for us. You like the information, I want you to go ahead to my YouTube page, Nubian King, go over there, and I need you to sign up. Go ahead and click that like button, subscribe. And so every time I put a video up, I'm going to get more regular now. I had to get over some things. We just got so busy up in Israel. Your brother didn't feel like talking to they didn't feel like talking to myself. You get like that sometimes, right? And so we want to be more regular with the information and just want to make you think, get you into a cycle of thinking and using your brain, your mind, instead of just going out here, letting them just jack you around, tell you anything, and kaboom. You're just a victim. This bullshiggity that they feeding the people. You understand? See, they were going to lose them jobs anyway, because that doggone salary. What is a salary? A salary is something that they feed you to make you forget about your dreams. While they mitigate the risk, and all you have to do is a little something for a third of your day, and then they give you a salary, and in the salary you can get real comfortable with that, especially you making some some people may call some decent money. And so this salary, you one day after another, you get your little check, you got your apartment, your house, or whatever, and so long as you get that salary, you good. But at the same time, you're looking at people that's driving Rolls Royce and living in mansion, and you yourself really would like that. I've never met a person that don't like a mansion. I never liked a person that don't like a Rolls Royce. I met people that's uncomfortable with luxury at that level. They good with okay, mediocre type people. But me, man, I'm a Rolls Royce man any day of the week, 24/7, a mansion, yeah. What are you saying? But anyway, just wanted to come on here and spend some time with you. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm over there on YouTube. You understand? This is on YouTube where you're watching it. It's Nubian King. Subscribe, like, and I got guests that's going to come in and sit down and talk too. and we're going to do that. And so what we want to do is present information that we can use, some good information, say some things that if we don't do anything, but just put a thought on your mind that tell what, that brother right. I mean, even if you don't think I'm right, at least think, because that's what's important. They got people out here not thinking. I watched this video the other day where these parents was in the doggone meeting down there. I think it was Florida, and they were just arguing and raising hell and outside pushing and shoving and all on each other about some masks. And the children, I ain't see the children complaining about the mask. Are the children complaining? You know what I'm saying? That's the funny. Are the children complaining about wearing the mask? Because I'm like, damn, I ain't heard nothing from the children. And they're the one that's supposed to be wearing the mask or not wearing the mask. Wear the mask in school. Don't wear the mask in school. Children. But the parents are here beating the snot out of each other because they say they got to wear the mask. What the children saying? Me? I mean, right now in Israel, they just want you to wear a mask inside. And like, I'm telling you, Israelis, they don't trip like that. When this thing first jumped off, the Israelis was all on board. Whoa, Corona. They had the lockdown. Everybody was in the house, but it was sad though, man. A lot of people a lot of wives got beat up, and man, they had domestic violence increase. Children got just terrorized, and this was their own fathers and husbands. That's the strangest thing. How the hell you can't be in the house with your own family? The wife that you love and I had these little children, they run around and you don't beat the hell out of them. All of that. But right now they just got the mask mandate. You wear the mask, and they just saying on the inside, they trying to curb the thing now. And so for me, I don't have no problem wearing the mask because I ain't gonna wear it but a few minutes. Then most people wear the mask under their nose. What the hell is that gonna do? You see what I'm saying? I mean, so it's like, why get all sweaty? They're not telling you to wear the damn mask forever. And then I understand the mask. The holes in the mask is 0.007. The size of the thing is 0.005. So theoretically, just like they're saying, it don't even work. Man, you got to use your sense and stop tripping. Don't be out here letting these people stress you the hell out. Get away from that drama. Go somewhere, chill, get you something good to drink and eat, relax, get with some friends, de-stress, and stop tripping over all this bullshit, because it ain't all what they say it is. Seriously. Like you got people down in the Caribbean, the different islands, the wealthy people, they moving around. They don't even have to go through all that drama. They just pop on their jets, they out. Ain't nobody telling them to mask up and do none of this stuff. So why they sweating us? Because they know they can do that, because most of us ain't even thinking. And that's all I'm trying to do. That's all I want you to do. Just stop. Hold it. Hit the brakes. Take a deep breath. Turn the TV off, or either turn the news off. Put on a nice movie that you like. Go somewhere and just, get your nice movie going. If you drink whatever your favorite drink is or whatever your favorite food is, sit down and get some of that and just chill. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't all like that now. You know what I got my faith in? And I'll be honest with you. My faith is in you, humanity. Right now, it kind of looked like it's all, how they said, fucked up. But you know what? You know why it don't seem like I'm bothered and trouble? It's because my faith is in you. My faith is in humanity. See, once you push the people to a certain point, then you're going to have a whole worldwide uprising. Everybody going to be real clear as to who the real enemy of the people is. You see what I'm saying? And then even with the way it's looking, their business is slipping. It's falling apart. Cracks and holes and crevices, because his people putting information out that's shooting all that crap to pieces. Did you see what those two heavyweight FDA cats said and did and quit? Because they're in direct opposition with what the government is saying. You see what I'm saying? So if you stop for a moment, take a deep breath and just relax. It ain't that bad. Really. You know, it really ain't that bad. Look around the world. Just look and see what's going on. And you'll see, hold it. What? Oh, man, you'll be like, damn, they got me, you know. Woo, not me. No, man. My faith is in humanity, you know. I've seen humanity get wild on some crazy stuff that these heathens is doing, the governments of the world. You know, when you push your people so far and you put them in a position like they feel like they ain't got nothing to lose, they coming at you. And you can have a military, you know, with all the bombs and guns. And the only way these heathens stay in position of authority and power in these government is because they can tell the military, go out there and get them. Just like that crazy ding dong that was on the internet, this American female soldier talking about, if they give me the answer to tell you to get in the house and you don't get in the house, I'm going to meet you. That heifer don't know that there's 4 times more weapons in the United States of America than there are people. If it's 350 million people, you count 350 times 4. That's 1.4 billion weapons in the United States of America. And some people got, remember now, some people got a whole bunch of them. So boo-boo, you won't be the only one with a weapon. Talking all that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's crazy, man, how these old fuckers start wars and young men and women fight and die in them. And these old heifers be sitting up somewhere smoking their illegal Cuban cigars or whatever, laughing and talking shit. Like that one bandit talking about, well, you know, 4 million people and 45,000 died. That ain't bad. I said, okay, look at this, 100 million people and one person died. And that one person happened to be from your family. You okay with that? That dumbass just stood there and looked at me. Oh, you ain't too cool when it's somebody else, huh? When it's your family. You see what I'm saying? So people, it's been fun. I had a good time sitting here chopping it up with you. But I'm going to close out now, an hour. I'm getting a phone call in. Hope it's a good one. If it's not, I'm going to hang it up. But I'm going to go chase these pigeons out here. These pigeons out there on my porch acting like they part of the program. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe. Tell more people when you hit the like button, and so you can, when I upload the videos, you can be there. You also come on live. I put the link in the comment section. You can get on there and you can hit me up, and you can jump on in and chop it up with me too. Just click on it. Hey man, get your point across. All right. It's been the Nubian King. I had a wonderful time here talking with you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Go on the new YouTube channel. You can donate to help me keep rolling this out. And we want to bring other people in to get some comments from them. We want you to get on here and come here. And so we can keep our people inspired, motivated, uplifted. Okay. I appreciate you tuning in. Love you with a perfect love. Take care. Shalom, shalom.